up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to...
Well, Coach, we've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it's definitely going to be a factor here this afternoon at Broncos Stadium at Mile High in Denver. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Got it. 44 to Mike. He can't hang. 6-6, pull it high. Switch.
Block now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Fair. Smooth.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's going to fire one. He's got him in. Complete. And chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Ready?
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Bang, 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 bang. Protein spill. Check 49, check 49. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Go.
From the gun, it's Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Go.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
And 6 yards to go.
Set. 90 Wolf. 5.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check. Now.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. This just a 24-yard attempt. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Here's Foles. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. Go back. We got motion. Back up.
Now it's the former Texan. This is Alfred Blue. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Foles completes it to Lee. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. On 3rd down, they run with blue. And he's got this down to the 35. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Foles. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. 5.
After the turnover, here's Locke. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
On the ready. You draw quarters. Get it.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Delta. 44, Mike, 44. Hit it.
From the 44, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Check. Greystone travel. Hey, Haywood.
Locke working out of the gun. He's got his tight end fan. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ready, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over. Undercrunch. Watch the safety creep.
Topper.
Mike 50. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. He's checking.
Hard.
Check safety.
Let's go.
On first down, Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Big Ed. Watch the twist.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Here we go. 30 base.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Ready.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
I got one. Alert 3.
General West. They go.
Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Hey, exit.
Both balls to Mike. Mike's both balls.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it'll be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Number 53, Mike 53.
You must be dreaming.
Now Leonard Fournette. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. He'll look to throw. He hits blue. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 25 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll run on second down with Blue. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down, 4 down. Where's it go?
2nd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open out of the left side, this is Cole. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Jam. 6-6, pull it high. Snap.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Block. Throw left side complete. It's Rodgers. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
2-jet bombers, 2-jet bombers.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And Freeman lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
80 weapon. Hey, high 7. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Hit it.
Shotgun snap to Lock. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half. This will be fielded at the 6.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
13. 52 the mark, boy.
2nd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Check tight, check 3. Go.
Again, it's Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Foles on the handoff, going to give it to Blue. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 39.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Watch the screen. Tighten up.
They'll run it again again with Fournette. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
43 is the mic. 43.
Fournette running right. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Next to score, Broncos 10, Jaguars 7. Josh Lambo.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Denver.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Check your backer, check your backer.
Lock now on 1st down. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Focus, defense, focus.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette, eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Let's go! 43 is the mic. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
You got nothing. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, wahoo!
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. 3rd and 2. Lock's going to throw. And he's got Rodgers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Go! 10 Lobo. You can't block me. You can't block me. Greystone, grab it. Bravo.
2. Into the red zone, it's locked. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Locke, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus now for the extra point. Make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over. We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Double dog, that's the way. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
61, matchbox lights.
Check, slam.
Look at me. Door. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
Here we go, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. SOS.
General West.
SOS.
Hit it.
On second down, here's Locke. And his throw is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Echo.
Mike 50.
Throwing his Lock on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Let's go, defense.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Mike,
On first down, it's Blue. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch the run. 2 times. 4 down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Foles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Foles. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Set, ready? 18, Gator.
All day, punk. Check 31, check 31.
6'6", pull it high.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
10 more there and another 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's Riddick. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
44, Mike, 44. Watch twist.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's Fofo.
Big gripper.
2nd and 5 now. Wow. This is the tight end fan. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Ready.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Shoot.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Slam.
Protein spill.
44.
Now.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch the screen.
Locke will try to sneak, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Drew Lock, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Foles. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Mike, 36. Mike.
Here's Foles. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
36. Mike, 36. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here we go. 50, plant. Ready? Get it.
Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 12-yard line.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Check.
Hit it.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will extend this big lead.
38. Jaguars 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Record.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. On Under pressure, they got him again. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and
the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Come on, D.
And they take a knee.
a loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. They go draw here. Blue. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Broncos, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop down to 1-3.